Welcome to today's episode on Beyond the Surface, where we explore the fascinating world of information communication technology, ICT. On today's episode, we are going to look at navigating the digital landscape of Clifford Dzimbiri ICT journey. I am your host, Duncan Akim, and I am excited to share with you the inspiring story of Clifford Dzimbiri, an ambitious ICT student who is navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. As we dive into Clifford's journey, you will discover the passion, perseverance, and creativity required to succeed in this field. From coding marathons to innovative projects, Clifford's experiences offer valuable lessons for aspiring ICT professionals. But this episode is more than just a conversation. It's a call to action. As technology continues to experience revolution in the industries and transforming lives, the demand for skilled ICT professionals has never been greater. If you are an upcoming ICT student, this is your episode, which shows your roadmap to success. Clifford's insights will guide you through the challenges and opportunities awaiting you in this exciting field. Join us as we explore the intersection of technology, innovation, and passion. Let's navigate the digital landscape together and uncover the endless possibilities awaiting for the next generation of ICT leaders.
To begin with, can you introduce yourself so that the audience can get to know you better?
My name is Clifford Dzimbiri and I'm an ICT student at Don Bosco Youth Technical Institute, and I'm currently in level 2 and I'm studying networking in level 2. Yeah.
What inspires you to pursue ICT in tertiary education?
I was thinking, of what to do after my secondary school education, and I was thinking on what to do when I go to the college, and I did have various options of what to do, but considering the fact that I have passion for technology and ICT came to my mind, for the love of computers, for the love of everything that has to do with technology. I was completely in love with it and I do have passion in it. So it was simple for me to choose ICT simply because of the passion that I had, and considering the fact that there are a lot that can be done in ICT, and I was admiring also people who have been there before, because it's like I had my models which, when I looked at them I admired them so much. So I chose ICT as the program that I'll do when I will reach college, and I'm really doing it right now and I'm happy to be part of it.
Alright, that's a good explanation. Then, what's the expectations versus the reality?
When I went to college, I thought ICT would be as easy as I thought, considering how our friends maybe in other countries, how they do. I thought it would be the same with us, but no, I was lying to myself, because ICT, it's hard. I can say so. It's hard. Starting with the theories, the practicals, it's hard, because in secondary school I thought maybe it would be something to do with printing, typing, something to do with stationery. When you go to the vending centers, I thought that's how computer would be operated, but not knowing there's a lot to know about the computer. Now it was like we are going deep now, going to the core to understand things from the scratch. So it was hard, because to occupy all of that in your head, aish, It was so exhausting. And the reality now is that ICT is really, really big and wide. And it's not everything that we may know, it's not everything that we might do, no. But just try your best with the resources available, with what you know, what your lecturers are telling you, what the lecturers are teaching you, and yeah, you can make something good. But the reality is not what I expected. It's totally, totally different. So yeah.
Talking about adaptation to online learning, what is the transitioning to online examinations and strategies for success?
Adapting to online learning. Being a student who has been used to in-person learning, like a face-to-face interaction with a teacher, since primary school, secondary school, and I believe that learning, you must be physical available in a certain room, the teacher there and the students there, for you to interact properly. Where you don't understand, you have been able to ask, or even the teacher will be able to know if you're getting what he's saying or not. But now, going to college, I was introduced to online learning, whereby you'll be home, just grab your device, a computer or a phone, connect to the internet, and the instructor will be at school teaching while you are home listening, and you'll be able also to ask questions there. It was hard at first because with online learning, at first it was hard to focus, because if you're in a class, the focus is on the instructor. But with home, there'll be a lot of distractions, maybe from family and stuff. And honestly, the other issue was to do with data bundles, because online learning, you need to have data bundles. So with our economy now, the data bundles are just hiking. So as for me as a student, yeah, I do have difficulties to afford that, because everything that has to do with money, because parents are struggling with fees, what, and now something to do with data bundles. I couldn't hold it, but I'm really, really adapting, because now this is our way of life now. Because going forward, or even in the industry, I will do face that, But now, yeah, I'm adapting online learning, and I'm able to focus on what supposed to be done right now. And yeah, I'm really, really, really adapting. Another strategy for my success is through interacting with the instructors, the lecturers, because they do have vast experience in ICT, and they know how the industry is out there. So they do usually tell me the earliest to focus on what should I do, what should be the strategy for me to realize my dreams, for me to fulfill my dreams. And I do also interact with the people from the real industry now, from the organization. We do have companies like Airtel, Spark Systems, because they know, or they are into ICT, and they know how hard or how easy is out there, and what should be done for you to reach what you are dreaming of. So yeah, that's it. Another strategy for my success. With online exams, there are challenges that I do face whenever I'm having online exams. The first one is pressure. With online exams, there's so much pressure because you are given guidelines of what to follow when taking the exam, and if you get to miss one of them, it may lead to something that may affect your results. And with that, there is that kind of fever, that kind of fever when having those exams, because you need to be straight and to be focused, and to remember, be mindful of the guidelines you have been given. Otherwise, it may affect your results. And the other thing is, it may be hard sometimes whenever maybe you have answered a question, you click next, it's gone. You are not going back. So if you have to think, you have to think in a second's time, in a few minutes for you to think about that, because otherwise you are running against time, follow the guidelines. So yeah, it's so much, it's just too much. So that's about online exams. Talking about strategies for success, first of all, for me, I have to complete my studies first, because I need to gain the necessary knowledge that will help me in my career. And with how we learn at our school at Don Bosco, our program is divided into 4 categories, whereby in the first year you study A plus, the second year networking, third year you study saver and security. So ICT, as I've said, ICT is big, and with our school they divided it for us to understand better. And each year you will gain a certificate, a certificate for that particular program. For example, this is level 2. I'm studying networking. By the end of the year, I'll be able to grab my networking certificate, that to say that I'm certified in that particular program. Now, if I gain all the necessary knowledge, I'll be able to put in practice the skills that I learned. Now, as a student right now, I'll be able to start up a small business enterprise. For example, maybe I'll be repairing computers, something to do with softwares, maybe doing networking there and there. And as times goes by, maybe I'll be able to bring in some fellow students or friends that I should be able to run the business, and be able to coordinate and
That are good strategies for success in ICT. Now, how do you overcome technical challenges such as common issues faced and troubleshooting and resourcefulness?
common issues faced in ICT is that with our country, Malawi, there is a slow technological advancement in terms of resources due to the poor economy of the country. As a state, we do have few resources in the ICT sector, such that ICT people are failing to bring out the best in them due to the scarcity of resources, and most of them they are of legacy. Most of the gadgets that we are using are the gadgets that have been used 10 years ago in the advanced countries, in the developed countries. So we are lagging behind. So yeah, that's one of the challenges that we are facing.
According to you, Mr. Zimbiri, what are the latest trends in computer hardware?
There are a lot of latest trends in computer hardware, because there is a need for advancement in the technology. And the first one is performance. The performance has to be of speed. And I'll give you an example of an SSD, a solid state drive. That's a type of a storage device. It's pretty faster, unlike the HDD, the mechanical one, hard disk drive. So if the SSD is put in a computer, yeah, the performance will really change. It will be fast. And the other one is liquid cooling. As you know, that these gadgets produce so much heat from the CPU. For example, the desktops, they do produce a lot of heat. Now they will be introduced to liquid cooling, whereby there's like pipes in it that will be able to cool the computers. More especially, I'll give you the example of gaming PCs. You see these kinds of fans, whereby they're just pipes of water inside there just to cool it. So that one is reliable, unlike the fans, because the fans sometimes might be exhausted. With liquid cooling, yeah, everything is just on point, and yeah, it's really working. And there's a lot. I can give you an example of also DDR5 memory. In terms of memory, yeah, it provides higher bandwidth and capacity, unlike the other one, DDR4. So it's all about the advancement. That's why you are seeing a lot of changes in computer hardware just to advance the technology in terms of speed and how the computer should operate.
That's it about the trends that are latest in the computer world. Now, how has the development of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, that's AI, impacted hardware design?
Emerging technologies like AI has really impacted hardware design. Because nowadays artificial intelligence is being applied to various applications like autonomous driving, drones. This now we are having these electric cars whereby the car will be able to self-drive. So it's not someone maybe somewhere operating. No, it's an application that is embedded in the car for the self-drive. Now that's artificial intelligence. Now this brings processing closer to the data source to reduce latency or allowing faster response times. For example, autonomous cars need to make a split-second decision, such as detecting obstacles or other vehicles to prevent accidents. So it has to be active. It will be active because if there's a self-drive, if the car is going, maybe the road is poor, it has to know, okay, there's an obstacle here, I should go through this way. So AI has really impacted a hardware design to improve faster response times, to make things easier. Same applies to drones. Someone would be down here operating the drone. You might maybe send to cities, and most especially is also being used in hospitals, whereby they'll be able to send maybe from Lilongwe, Central Hospital to Blantyre, maybe to exchange some stuff or some test, maybe through blood or something else. So that's drones. That's an application too, whereby someone will be able to operate. That's artificial intelligence. That's just it.
On the other hand, how do you troubleshoot common hardware issues in order to have perfect operations?
Troubleshooting common issues. There are proper methodologies for troubleshooting. A technician has to follow steps in order to solve an issue. Because troubleshooting simply means fault finding. Now, the first step is to identify the problem. One has to know the problem first. The second one is establishing a theory of probable cause, whereby you do have variables, whereby you be able to go through them and possibly you get to the bottom of the fault, and you find the problem now. The other one is to test the theory. After finding those theories, you have to test them one by one, and you'll be able to come across the issue. After testing the theory, now it's time to establish a plan of action. Okay, this is the issue. How do I get to fix it? Now, if you have that plan of action, you'll be able to give in the solution accordingly. After establishing the plan of action, you have to implement it. Implemented now is repairing, replacing that kind of problem. Okay, if we are talking about a computer gadget, okay, it is something to do with a storage device. Okay, is it faulty, or we just maybe a cable has just maybe moved at its place? Okay, now you have to replace or repair now. After that, implementing the plan of action, you need to verify the full system functionality. Now I have repaired. What should I do now? Is the system working properly as it was supposed to be, or is it still faulty? Now you have to verify first. But if everything is okay now, you have to document the findings, because the problem might come again in the near future. You should be able to go back to your books and see, okay, these problems appeared in such date, and you'll be able to, yeah, fix it in no time.
As we know that ICT landscape has high demand, what are the most programming languages that are in high demand?
The programming languages that are most in demand in the industry, JavaScript, we do have Python, yeah, we do have C++. Yeah. For now, people are familiar with these. Of course, there are some, but these are the programming languages that people are familiar with.
Now, let us look how do you approach to softwares.
Have I ever approached a software project? No, because our institution doesn't provide such course. So no, I'm not familiar with programming. No.
On the other hand, what are the benefits of open software?
Benefits of open software is that it is free to use. Just the way the open source, it simply means it's free. So it's free to use. The second one is flexibility and freedom. It is free to modify, you know. At some point in time, we did have WhatsApp, whereby people came out with different WhatsApp or GPFMO, but the owner was just one. But because it was free to use, or it was free to modify, people came out with different kinds of WhatsApp. Yeah, so that's just it. Those are the benefits. Now the drawbacks is that it is challenging in terms of operating it. For example, Linux OS is a Linux operating system. It's an open source, but if you see the interface, it's hard to operate. Unlike the closed source operating systems like Microsoft, Mac OS, they do have graphical user interface, but with Linux, it's too technical. Yeah, so that's a major setback. And the other one is potential security risk. Some software may be embedded with viruses. Once you launch them on your device, they may attack you with the viruses that were in there, the malwares. Yeah. And the other drawback is limited documentation, because since it is free, there's no proper documentation on how you can use the application. No, you will see what to do with it once you find it. So yeah, that's a drawback as well.
To talk about protection of software, how do you assure software security and protection against malware?
Software security against malware. First one, you have to use reliable antivirus or anti-malwares that will help you to minimize the risk of viruses. And the second one is timely update. You should be able to update your software so that you may be not attacked by the viruses. The other thing is doing regular backups, whereby you'll be able to back up your software. Maybe once the other one is attacked, you'll be able to take back the clean one. And the other one is to limit user privileges, whereby they'll have limited user privileges to navigate on your software. The other one might be monitor and respond to threats. Once your software has been attacked by viruses, you'll be able to take precaution. You should be able to provide solutions as soon as possible, before things get worse.
Currently, what's your favorite software tool or platform?
My favorite software tool or platform is YouTube, because with YouTube is where I find those educative videos, and I am able to do things through YouTube. And yeah, to me, it's my favorite. And the other one is Google Drive. With Google Drive, I am able to back up my files, music, videos, pictures, and once I have problems with my gadget, I'll be able to find another one. I just go to Google Drive and back up my files. Yeah, my contacts as well. Sure.
Alright, wired and wireless networks are there to help hardwares to spread information to people in different places. Can you differentiate between wired and wireless networks according to their performances?
Alright, we know that technology works hand in hand with network. Now, can you tell us about the differences between wired and wireless networks?
A wired network is a connection of devices that is done through a wire or cables. For example, you have a room whereby you do have computers, printers, servers, and you connect them through a switch using cables and wires. As the name states, wireless network. Now, this is a network that doesn't use wires. It's just a connection of devices that does not use wires. Yeah, that's it.
On the other hand, how do you troubleshoot common network issues?
How to troubleshoot common network issues? It's the same questions that you previously asked me about troubleshooting, cause it's just following again proper methodologies. There's no difference at all. That one also applies on network. There's no difference at all.
That's time consuming to troubleshoot network issues. Now, what's the future of networking with emerging technologies like 5G?
The future of networking with emerging technologies like 5G is really, really bright, considering the fact that 5G provides higher speeds and capacity, and there is low latency, global connectivity, and IoT and smart cities. When I say low latency, I mean faster response times. Once you send an information, it will reach as soon as possible. But with the other technologies like 2G, 3G, there was a slow response times. As for IoT, I meant Internet of Things, whereby each and every gadget in a home is connected to internet and it's been controlled through a phone or a computer. That's IoT. And of course, smart cities as well, whereby you'll be able to do things just through your phone, shopping, yeah, just to mention a few.
Currently, you are in level 2 of ICT. How do you apply the skills that you gain or study from the lecturers and apply it to real life scenarios so that you can communicate the information via various computers to people?
Right now, I'm able to apply my skills in a real world scenario because, like, right now, I'm able to repair computers, both hardware and software, educate others on how to use the computer or different technological devices, and of course, things to do with cyber. I'm able to educate my peers on how they can make good use of these social media platforms for the best of themselves and not to engage themselves in different malpractices that may affect them in the near future. So, this is what I've done so far, and there is more to come, as time goes by, because I'm still a student and there's more to learn. And the more I'm learning, the more I'll be able to apply my skills further in the real world scenario.
What advice can you give to incoming ICT students?
I'm a big fan of technology, and ICT has transformed the world in various ways in terms of communication, workforce. In fact, it has simplified the way of living, and considering the value that ICT has to the world, I was happy to be part of it because there are a lot of innovations that can be done to bring that value to the world and to simplify the way of living.
Reaching that far, we have come to an end of our episode about ICT landscape. Thank you for your time and stay tuned.